The first spring days have finally arrived in Berlin, and there's something about the sunlight hitting my skin that just makes me feel more alive and more inspired. In a world that constantly demands productivity, creativity can actually be a quiet act of self-care. Because creating is about losing yourself in the process, in the colors, the words, the shapes, and it's not about the outcome, but about the way that your mind quiets down when you focus on the act of making and when you allow yourself to play and to create just for the sake of it. Hey there, thank you so much for tuning in again on my channel. I'm living in Berlin and the sun is so warm lately and it really lifts my mood, and I feel like everyone around me is in a better mood because of those days filled with sunshine, and it's actually super warm. I think it's around 18 degrees today. I can sit on my balcony in a t-shirt without freezing, and I think we really needed this energy, and I can really tell how it's uplifting me. But yeah, this video is about creativity and self-care and how being creative is taking care of yourself. And I must admit that lately I don't take a lot of time for my own creativity and for doing creative hobbies. So for this video, I set myself the challenge to try out at least 3 different creative things and to really immerse myself into creativity and to rediscover also old hobbies of mine. And I'm so excited about it. I also think it's so easy to get stuck in this thought of when being creative, we have to have an outcome or like a product in the end, when really it's about the process itself and about just having fun and forgetting the time. I remember when I was younger, I was sitting at my desk doing different drafts of writing like little stories until like 3 or 4 a.m. and I didn't want to go to sleep because I was just so happy to do something creative and I just forgot the time. And nowadays we just go to work, we come back, and in the evenings a lot of us just scroll on their phones or watch a Netflix series. And I want to reconnect with my inner child again and have some fun in creating things. I actually already finished the first challenge and I will blend it in right here. And tonight I'm actually going to an improvisation theater workshop with some friends of mine, and I'm just standing in front of this most beautiful sunset that I've seen in a long time here in Berlin. And how I said, I'm going to this theater workshop right now and I'm taking some friends with me. So I think it's a little bit of like cheating, like not really stepping out of my comfort zone, because I take my comfort zone a little bit with me, with my friends. But either way, it's trying out something creative, something new that I didn't do in the longest time. I'm really looking forward to this and also to what I can learn out of this experience. Ich habe auch diese Welle gemacht, aber wir haben es also auch in verschiedene Rollen. Wie hast du ja, wahrscheinlich wäre ich Schauspiel schon. Verpasst. Ja, so, wir gehen dann noch weiter. Also ich passe jetzt nicht. Ich habe mich schon mitgenommen. Also das ist so. Nein, wir werden geblockt. YouTube ist, also das finde ich ja nicht schlecht. Also ich meine, wir können ein bisschen weiter nach hinten. Da sehen meine Kollegen mich nicht. Achso, na, ich sehe das.
Einfach umfallen, aber das läuft von alleine, also ihr werdet es merken. Okay.
Du reist ja morgen schon wieder ab und so Fernbeziehungen sind nicht mein Ding.
Und dann würdest du es jetzt einfach beenden, oder was?
Ja, aber wir können die eine Nacht ja noch nutzen.
Ich ja. Bisschen übertrieben.
Warum? Digga, ich will zum Mond, ich will die Sterne sehen. Zur Sonne.
Sie in Gewahrsam nehmen.
It was such a fun and good experience. First, I wanted to go alone, but I'm so happy that I brought my friends with me because now we actually share this memory, and I think it also brought us closer. And I could also see my friends stepping into totally different roles, and we normally always just go to restaurants or go out to bars. So this was also a new setting for our friend group to connect. And I love theater because it is playing. It is playing with the different team members and stepping into different roles and just having fun. So it's actually a theater improv group here in Berlin who did this event, and they opened up their group for new people to join in, and we played many different games. And one of the games, for example, was that two people had to go to the front and to come up with a letter, but you could only say one word at a time. So, for example, I say dear, and then the other one says madam. And you also get a topic in the beginning. We had a letter to Tinder, the dating app. In the end, we talked about being frustrated dating in Berlin on Tinder and how we had a date with a guy who was actually an alpaca. So you can come up with like crazy stories. Another game was that two people had to stand in the front and they would become like a place where they are, for example, on a wedding. And then all the others who weren't in the scene, we could just clap, and then the people in the front had to freeze and we could step in and take in one of their positions. I actually knew this game. You can just switch the scene completely. And I think improv theater is also such a good way to become more confident and to adapt quicker also in real life. In our lives, we have so many different situations that we cannot foresee, that we wouldn't think would happen. Improv theater just really prepares you for those unexpected moments. I really took a lot out of this workshop and I loved it so much. And I'm really curious how the next two things are going to get. So let's go. Hey there, it is such a beautiful, beautiful spring day in Berlin, and I took the time to go to the park and to sit down. And I took my books with me, my journal, something to draw, and I also made myself some oats with banana and cinnamon at home to eat it here in the park. I just can't describe how fucking happy the sunshine is making me. The weather is really blessing us. And it also weirdly kind of touches me that I'm taking this time for myself. I was a little bit scared to come here by myself because nowadays I'm working like 9 to 5 during the week, and if you have a full-time job, you really have to crave out this time for yourself on the weekends. And I didn't sit down with myself like with all this preparation in a park in a very long time. I mean, the last time was last year because it wasn't this warm in Berlin until now. And it kind of touches me that I'm making this time for myself and that I'm going on this little adventure with myself. And yeah, I also said no to plans with my friends because the work week was so exhausting, and I was like, I want to do something creative. I want to draw a little bit, read a little bit, and also just write into my journal, writing down a stream of consciousness to just like let it all go. And I'm so happy that I made this decision, and I'm sitting here for only 5 minutes and I'm already so fulfilled. And yeah, I'm gonna eat something because I haven't eaten today and I'm so hungry. I'm just trying to write down words without any judgment and without any pressure of it to be good or logical. And it's such a freeing act, like to just put your pen on paper and let it guide you without having a clue where it will end. And I love it. It is a real fun activity to do. Such a nice practice, and to also unlearn expectation and to unlearn putting this pressure on the process of creativity. And I also drew something earlier, and it's just so random. I don't even know what it is, but that's totally fine. So that's why I'm here for. And I also just filmed a video about embracing cringe or embracing being cringe. I don't know if the video will be out before this one or if it will be out after. I'm gonna figure it out, but I just had this video idea. My next challenge in this video is to be creative by doing my nails. And this is actually a hobby that I picked up last year, but I didn't do my nails in like a month or something because I wanted to give them a break. So today I'm going to get back into it, and I got a box full of nail supplies. But first of all, I have to think about what kind of design I want to do. I did scroll a little bit through Pinterest, and I have this nail board which I love. And initially I wanted to do long nails and put on a tip, but it takes me hours to do a design on long nails, so I'm not sure if I want to do it. And I also saw those like short nail designs, which I really love. Yeah, I think maybe I do something on my short nails, but I wanted to show you the process of it. And I also wanted to get into this creative flow of doing my nails again. It's actually such a nice hobby to have. So first of all, I'm prepping my nails by putting back my cuticles with this cuticle pusher. And then I'm using a nail file to shape my nails and to buff them. I also do trim off any excess skin. And most importantly, I always use sunscreen. It really helps to protect your skin from the UV light. And then I'm putting on some nail prep dehydrator. And secondly, this acid-free primer. So now I'm going over to my hard-based gel, which is the foundation for my nail set. And now my hands go under the UV lamp, and then I'm putting on a very natural base color. And this is how my nails would look like with only the base color. And I'm normally doing 2 layers. And then I did pick out my color palette for this set. And I went with some light spring colors, different shades of blue, some white, and some pink and lilac. And here I'm painting a little star of one of my nails. And I really have to concentrate and to be very patient here. I have this mini UV lamp as well. I also like to use chrome on some of the nails. I love it when the nails look different, so I don't do it on every nail. And here I'm using some hard gel to create this effect of a raindrop on my nail. And I form it very gently. This as well needs a lot of patience. Here I did a little spiral. And this is a technique called blooming gel. So it's a gel that just spreads the colors on top of it. And this is like 2 weeks ago. And in the meantime, I did a whole new set with tip and with a gel design that I really love. And I really regret that I didn't film this process. But however, we cannot turn back time. We're just gonna stay with the design for those short nails. And here I'm putting on some chrome on one of the designs and another little star. And this is the blooming effect on my thumb. And I also decided to do another blue spiral. So yeah, these are the nails, but we are not finished yet. I love to put on different stickers and different gems. This part always reminds me of putting on jewelry when you want to perfect your outfit. It just feels like accessorizing my nails, and it brings the glam, it brings the glitter, and it's just the most fun part of doing my nails. I'm also really into pearls. I'm also putting this little gem in the middle of the star. And here is a classic pearl. Yeah, it's just really fun. And now I'm wiping over my nails for one last time before I put on the top coat. And this is the finish, guys. Now I put my hands under the UV lamp, and these are the nails. This is the product. We are finally finished. So I did finally finish my nails. I'm so happy with how they turned out, but it took me the longest time. It took me like 3 hours, but I really just went with the flow. I tried out different materials and I think that they look so cute, and also I love the colors I used. So yeah, I hope that they will last a long time. It's currently Sunday evening, and I was like, what better activity is there than to try out scrapbooking on a Sunday evening? So I have all my stickers and sheets laid out, my little washi tapes as well. I have a big collections of stickers because I was actually obsessed with stickers for the longest time. I still am a little bit, to be honest, because I was also bullet journaling for many years. So I collected all those sticker sheets over the years. And I also have some magazines here. And I thought maybe I see something that inspires me in here that I can just cut out and also put on paper. Yeah, and I just really want to go with the flow and see what comes out in the end. I feel like my youngest self again. To just see like all those stickers around me really brings me joy. So yeah, let's get into it. I finished my first scrapbook pages ever, and I'm so happy with the outcome. I did include a lot of pictures from one of the magazines, and I also put in a photo of me and my friends that I really like. It was such a fun process, and I felt like I could be really creative while doing it because there were just no rules. I could put like stickers or washi tapes or pictures wherever I wanted to. And yeah, I love how those pages look like. Such a nice experience. I'm actually a little bit surprised how much I like it. It's also a little bit like doing a collage. I also did include this little perfume ad which you can unfold. And then I wrote down a message to myself, and it says, "Dear me, you can be whoever you want to be. Every day is a gift with endless opportunities. It's a blessing to be alive. Choose to be grateful, and everything will fall into place." Yeah, I really hope that you liked this video, and I must say it was so refreshing to be creative again and to just let my hands do the work and to trust the process. I hope to see you in my next one really soon. Bye!